The Posh Ambassador program really replaced the idea of a suggested user. Now, when suggested users were the primary way of highlighting a great Posh user, um, there was a lot of data and support that being a suggested user was really good for your closet. You'd automatically get tons of followers. I only joined Poshmark a year ago, so when I emailed about being a suggested user and I thought that I had met a lot of the requirements, I thought I had a great closet with no prohibited items. Um, I never really heard back. I can't remember. I think I did eventually become a suggested user. And I don't think it was because of the quality of my closet. I think they were just phasing out the program at that time. And I also didn't see a huge increase in followers. When this was replaced with the Posh Ambassador program, we were, at least I was thinking, oh, like this is really going to help me gain more followers, so I'm not going to have to work, as hard to follow people and go out and be proactive and share, and maybe some things will just magically happen that will equal more sales. And I haven't found that to be true at all. In fact, I found a lot of posts on Facebook about people who say, my sales drastically went down after I became a Poshmark ambassador. And I'm not going to speak for their experience because I think every closet is different, and I just totally trust them and their ability to run their business. So I will only speak for myself that after we switched over to the Posh Ambassador program, things stayed exactly the same for me. I had already met the listings of a certain amount of shares, and I think you have to have left a love note, which means you will have to purchase an item to be able to leave good feedback. And there's several things that need to be done to become a Posh ambassador. The biggest change I noticed is that new people ask me questions. And I'm more than happy to help them find out where to buy tissue paper or whatever, but it is putting in a little bit more time to something that isn't equaling more sales at all. I think it does give you a little bit more credibility where people are going to be more comfortable buying from you. I don't think being a Posh ambassador is a magic fix. It hasn't personally hurt my closet. I haven't made any attempt to remove it because I do a fair amount of sharing and following on Poshmark. I spend a lot of time listing on the site, and so to me, I was always, aiming to do well in the categories that are important to be a Poshmark ambassador, just because to me that equals more sales. So if someone felt that the Poshmark ambassador program was actually hurting their sales, it may just be because they, one, aren't listing as much anymore. Two, it might be a time of year thing. And three, they just might not have the number of sales or have been through different seasons before to know, like, oh, this is, if you make 6 sales one week and 0 the next, to me, that's not a crisis. If you dropped from 100 sales a week to 0, that's a crisis. I think when you're working with a lower number of sales, all that says is to be consistently putting in more action. So to me, the Poshmark Ambassador program hasn't really hurt me. It hasn't helped me. I spend a little bit more time answering questions. I think it does lend me some credibility, and I love the site, so I'm more than happy to help newcomers and, stay in good standing. I don't think it's hard at all to meet those requirements. The love note is probably the hardest because you're going to have to buy an item so that you can leave basically a positive review. So I don't really buy into the idea that it hurts your sales. If you feel differently and it does, I'm really sorry that you're experiencing that. Please leave comments below about, what happened after you, if you were able to get yourself removed by emailing Posh. To me, that's just not where I'm going to focus my time and energy if I'm not making enough sales. I kind of have this formula in my head where if sales dip, it might be because of the time of year, but I'm just going to work harder until I get, the amount of money I need. And if that means more listings, more shares, following more people, spending more time on the site, then that's what I'm willing to do. So that's kind of my answer to all of the theories out there, the algorithm theories. It probably applies to me. It's probably affecting me. And if it is, and if it isn't, I still need to do X amount of work to make Y amount of money. And I think a lot of people get very frustrated with the site and even consider quitting or going to a different platform because of these myths and theories, or they may be true. For some people, these things are true. They actually happen, and I'm very sorry. But to me, the answer is always, I'm just going to work as hard as I can work to build my closet and have really happy customers. So please leave your experiences below with the Posh Ambassador program. If it's hurt you, if it's helped you. I really haven't heard people who have had like mega positive experiences. Like when there was the suggested user program, it was something that you really wanted to do because it would really drive a lot more traffic to your closet. And I haven't heard a lot of experiences like that with the Posh Ambassador program. That doesn't mean that they don't exist. I think because there are so many sellers on Poshmark now that you really, it's probably diluted whatever effect you do get. But I'm always glad to be in good standing with Poshmark. I think it's a great site, and I just love, building my business there. So please leave your comments and thoughts below. And I don't at all mean to be offensive or say, this isn't happening to you. It very well could be. And, that sucks. I'm sorry. It really does suck if you work hard to be a Posh ambassador and it actually ends up hurting your sales. That is just strange and unfair, and you should probably email Poshmark and see what they say. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to reading your comments with your experiences